Hey, that's Astrid. That's little Miss Ruby. And that's little Mama Owie. And I've had a nice shower. I feel much better. Always take a shower after you have bathed in dust, as I was doing when doing this profile thing. So we now have the top and the back done. And so let's see if I can, with one hand, grab this and sort of show you the idea of the profile. While the top goes down, so does the back, follows it up in the middle, and then down at the end. And you get sort of this wrap around your body thing going, which a lot of clients like. It's extremely ergonomic. I actually have a guy who had suffered really badly from carpal tunnel, and in fact that's kind of why he became a slide player, and he started playing fingerstyle six string again, after playing one of these for a while, because it's just really comfortable. It just leaves because it wraps around your body. There's a number of reasons why I like that. One, it's comfortable, it's ergonomic, it puts your hand in a really comfortable place to play, but also in the neck to body joint, I cut the tenon pocket at the angle that this is at. So it's actually the body which determines this angle. But once I do that, and I also shape the front and the back to follow that same thing, it'll go 90 degrees from this. So that ends up going back this direction. So the neck fits to the body exactly straight. There's no degree whatsoever, just like like on a fender or a bolt-on. And it's my considered and at this point I can say somewhat experienced opinion that it's stronger, it transfers string energy better, and I like it. That may be the only reason. Who knows? But I believe that that's what it does. I know that my guitars with that particular style of neck joint, and also because of the way these are, there are actually 6 surfaces that are tightly into the neck joint. One, the side. Okay, let's see if we can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 surfaces that are transferring string energy in all these different directions, and that distributes out through the body quite a lot. And even though this is a resonator, I've found that the entire instrument resonates. When the entire instrument resonates, and the interior of it resonates, it's more responsive. I don't talk about tone so much as I do response, because every guitar worth anything has many tones. You hit one note, it goes through several tones, from the beginning struck note to its sustain to its its decay, and that's just the way I see it. After I don't know, I had played probably 10,000 guitars over my lifetime, and after that, good ones, bad ones like the Epi Dot that I've been modding over here. Epiphone makes a really nice guitar. They crank them out really fast. There isn't a huge amount of craftsmanship, although there are human beings who have to finish the thing off. But the fact is, it's a $300 guitar. It's pretty darn cheap. But what it lacks are some certain details. So I have another one of those really bitchin' Dorian, bridges coming. So that's going to be here with a lockdown post. These are David Plummer hand wound. I believe he calls these Jazz Bucker 90s, Jazz 90 Bucker. It's a P90 wound, a little underwound to have more of a bell-like tone, jazzier sort of tone, but it's in a humbucker type case, so hence the complicated name. But I'll tell you what, they are bitchin'. I've used a couple of that particular model of his. But this is an example of a machine-made guitar. The basics of it are really good, and that's why it plays so good. But the thing is, once you start getting into some nuances and start adding some things like really sweet pickups, then it all of a sudden takes off. Then the response, the subtlety of what you can do with your fingers goes up like some number of orders of magnitude. And that's the difference between the difference between a good guitar and a really special guitar. And so I hope that these instruments that I make are that special, that they are so responsive to the player that they find things they didn't know they had before. So, there are a couple of other things going on here which I think are fun. This here, I was kind of basing this on Mandolin Builder's a thing called a Virzi, which it attaches to the top, and it's kind of a wing. And they have often the old school violin C shape into it. The idea that it vibrates in here and moves air. This, on the other hand, is a little more for tuning the resonance of the inside of the guitar. If you've ever played with like a drum and put your hand over the end of it, you can make it go boom, 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 by how close your hand is to the hole. Well, that's exactly what this is meant to do. So I'll find its exact depth when I find what this guitar wants it to do. So, that's kind of where I'm at. This is a long and rambling one, and every now and then you're just going to have to put up with that if you feel like it. If you don't. But, I don't do fancy videos. I'm not going to. I think it has a lot to do with the motivation. I'm not a YouTuber expecting to earn a living off that. I just have had the example of some of my heroes, like, a number of heroes. I don't want to drop names just now. Maybe I will later. But at any rate, Ken Parker. Okay, so he's a guy who is just so incredibly generous with his knowledge and his stuff that he does. So I just kind of want to, in my small way, emulate him a little bit and give back. So see, these are some of the techniques that I'm doing. Because I like a carved body, I like a kind of came from the electric guitar, semi-hollow body school, where they're not, bending sides. Although on something like that, the dot, they do bend those sides. I like to carve it. I like how it looks, and I think that if you do it well enough, so let's see. This is really thin. So this whole thing is going to vibrate really nicely. It's down to, I think it's probably just a little bit less than 3/16 of an inch. And I'll have some room to work with to, get this cleaned up. Obviously you're going to want to, this is going to actually be an opaque finish. It's really nice light alder that I found. There's nothing really to speak of in the figure or the wood or anything, except for the fact that the way alder's fibers are, they just make it such a wonderfully resonant wood. And on the top here, I've got more of the I believe this is myrtle or California Bay laurel, depending upon who you ask. So, as is this, the only difference between this and the way it looks is it's had some oil and some wax and been polished up. So this is very much going to go along that. And I think I'm going to do a natural finish on the top, because I'm not going to tell you what color this is going to be because it's a secret. No, it's not going to be the dark matter super flat black. But it is going to be something else that I think is going to be really bitchin'. What? Oh, somebody's getting hungry. I guess I gotta go. So peace out, all. Every now and then I'll do a little talk like this just because it's fun. Any of you who actually managed to hang out through this for this long, I really appreciate it. Thank you. And peace out.